Meow Wars might look like a simple game of running the numbers, but scratch away the surface, possibly with your claws, because of cats. And you'll find there's actually a lot more going on here than at first glance. So we thought since we put plenty of time into the game, we should probably share some of our accumulated wisdom with you to make sure you're setting out on the right foot, or paw, because the cats we mentioned. Number 1, sacrifice. Sacrificing lower numbered cards in order to send more powerful cards to sleep is a tactic that's going to see you through some tough battles. It means your opponent's best cards are taken out of the game, letting you protect your own. It's also an offensive move, because it means your own powerful cards are free to concentrate on taking out minions that aren't going to do them any damage. Number 2, stay wet. Use your boost cards wisely and you're far more likely to succeed. For example, nerfing your opponent with the water gun early on will make them focus on taking out that card, leaving your other units free to attack. Do remember though that the cards remain altered by the effect even after the offending card's been destroyed. Get a card wet once, it will stay wet throughout the rest of the game. If there's a water gun in play, get rid of it before you throw your best cards into the mix. Number 3, your first hand. The first 3 cards you stick into the fray should all be medium strength. That way you've got a chance at fighting back against anything your enemy throws at you. Try to lead with something like 5, 6 and 7. Not only does it mean you've got some power on the board without chucking out your 8s and 9s, it also means that if you do take a bad hit in the first couple of rounds, you've not lost anything that could change the game later on. Number 4, match 'em up. When you're playing a match card yourself, use it to get rid of something powerful. Otherwise, you're wasting an opportunity. When you're attacking one, use the lowest card you can so that you're not losing anything that could be handy later on in the game. Knowing which cards to match and when is the key to success. The basic mantra to remember is attack high and defend low as you can without losing a card. Now, sometimes that isn't going to be possible. But if you've got to sacrifice a card, try and ensure anything you do lose does as much damage as it can before it goes. And number 5, random. It's best to use your random cards as defensive measures. You don't know what the numbers have in store for you when you play them, so let your opponent take the risks instead by attacking. If you survive, then, well, you've got a sleeping card that you probably weren't going to use anyway. And it'll slip nicely back into the deck if it lasts the next turn, ready to be used to give your opponent a difficult choice later in the game.